but her words stayed warm in Toby's heart. At the burial, all eyes were on Femi, the son who came from overseas, but the one who dug the grave, the one who cleaned the corpse, the one who didn't sleep for 3 nights was the son who stayed, the son who had no voice. Grief changes people, but being invisible during grief, that breaks them. I want to share my land. Femi would take the house, land, and the 2 shops. Toby, you can keep the small farmland behind the river, Baba said. Even in death, even in sorrow, Toby's words was weighed in shadows. The same land he walked on, the same compound he never left, now divided like it never existed. He didn't fight, he didn't shout, he didn't demand fairness. He simply took his silence and left it on the doorstep like a letter they would never read. Sometimes, the loudest goodbye are the ones never spoken, and on that night, Toby walked away. Not because he had no place, but because his place was never truly given. Toby arrived in a small town where nobody knew his name, and for the first time in his life, that was a blessing. He walked silently, sunrise to sunset. His hands became rough, his smile smoother. Pain had taught him to bend without breaking. He had no friends, no family, just wood, nails, and silence. But in that silence, something beautiful was growing, a kind of peace only the forgotten can feel. My stool broke. Mama said you can help. And just like that, the man who was never enough became a hero to a child. She returned the next day and the day after, and soon the mother came too. He wasn't looking for love, but kindness as a way of knocking softly. Her name was Tenny, and she didn't ask about his past. She simply saw the man in front of her. For the first time in his life, Toby was enough. No judgments, no comparison, just simple joys. He would laugh, truly laugh, and hold the child like she was his own. He had no money, no big name, no certificates, but he had peace, he had respect, and in this quiet little corner of the world, he was somebody. Femi wrote a letter to Toby saying, "Brother, Papa has stroke. He cannot speak. The land is in dispute. Please come home, we need you." Sometimes, pain comes calling, not to reopen wounds, but to remind us that they never healed. "Brother, I'm sorry," Femi said to Toby the moment he entered the village compound. The man who never looked at him with love now stared at him with pleading eyes. But it was too late. Some bridges can be crossed when they've already sunk. And in the moments when they needed Toby most, he spoke calmly, confidently. He defended the land, presented proof, and secured everything for the family. But after the cheers faded, they still noticed him to guest as Femi's elder brother, who fixes the chair. He sat beside the old man, the man whose words shaped his emptiness, and whispered, "I forgive you." He came, he helped, he forgave, but he did not stay. Because sometimes healing doesn't mean returning, it means letting go. He didn't tell them much, just that he was back. And in that quiet town, where names didn't matter, Toby began again. This time, lighter. This time, freer. There was something pure about how life healed him there. It wasn't a title. It wasn't someone's mistake. It was just Toby. And for once, that was enough. The cough started small. Then came the fever, the weakness, the weight loss. At first, he hid it, smiled through it. But one day, his legs couldn't carry him to the workshop. The doctor said it was advanced, too late, too deep. The very life that had finally begun to feel like his was quietly slipping away. Toby wrote a letter to Femi, his brother. Dear Femi, thank you for reaching out. I am glad I came. I hope Papa found peace. Please, take care of the land. Use it well. As for me, I have no regrets. Tell the world I lived quietly, but I loved loudly. Your brother, Toby. On the morning of his last breath, the wind was soft, the sky was pink, and Toby, he didn't cry. He just closed his eyes and smiled. And just like that, the boy who was never enough became unforgettable. There were no long eulogies, no fine suits, no cameras, just tears, real ones. Love, honest love, and a man finally at peace. Too late. The world always says the quiet ones too late. But Toby, he didn't die empty. He gave, he healed, he forgave, and somewhere in heaven, his name is whispered with joy. Not all heroes are loud, not all sons are celebrated, but some, like Toby, they live with quiet strength and die with a heart that was always too full for the world. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share with your loved ones. See you in our next video.